What's up guys, Austin Dunham back again with another video for you guys, and today I have the long awaited one arm pull-up tutorial. Okay guys, so I've been wanting to make this for a very long time because the one arm pull-up is such a cool move that everybody wants to learn, and it just looks freaking cool. Like, you look like a superhuman almost doing it. So today I'm gonna teach you my personal way on how I got to the one arm pull-up. So this video is going to be kind of long, let me warn you, but everything will be time stamped in the description. So I'm literally going to show you everything you need to know to get the one arm pull-up. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, first things first, before we even dive in this tutorial, you must know that, of course, there's going to be prerequisites. You must have some type of pulling strength before you even attempt the skill. So if you can barely do 5 pull-ups, then literally click off this video or like save it in your playlist and watch it later. You want to be able to do at least 15 to 20 pull-ups easy in a row. Literally, the more the better. The more pulling strength you have, the easier it's going to be to learn. So do not dive into this without first having some pulling strength. And then after doing normal pull-ups, you actually want to work on your weighted pull-ups. So that's what I did. I recommend at least pulling 60% of your body weight for at least 5 reps before doing this also. So after you got your normal pull-ups good, and then from there you're working your weighted pull-ups, let's move on to the next step in learning the one arm pull-up. Alright guys, so next let's talk about which variation you should learn first. The one arm chin up, which means your hands are supinated, your wrist is facing towards you, or the one arm pull-up, which means your palms are facing out. So the one arm chin up, in my opinion, is going to be a lot easier to learn. That's what I started off learning, and then once I got a few reps of that, that's when I started going towards the one arm pull-up, which is, in my opinion, a bit harder. So the one arm chin up makes it easier because you get more bicep activation when you're doing it like this and you come up, rather the one arm pull-up, you're just coming up using all your back strength. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, but just keep that in mind as you're training the one arm chin up or the one arm pull up. All right, so Austin, what is the best exercise for the one arm pull up? Let me know. Well, first things first, let's talk about grip strength. So a lot of people always neglect grip strength when it comes to the one arm pull up, because I think honestly is one of the hardest things when learning the one arm pull up, because if you can't hold the bar with one hand, then how do you think you're going to do a one arm pull up, right? So how do you train your grip strength to be strong enough to actually hang on to the bar? So what I did was literally bar hangs like this. So I would grab the bar, and I would hang from it as long as possible, just like this. Then I would switch hands, left side. Now I hang from it as long as possible. And you do that for sets anywhere between 3 and 5. And what I did it in a superset style. So I would do like a pull-up variation or whatever pull-up variation that I'm working on, and then right after I would do one arm bar hangs, right? So keep that in mind as you're training your one arm pull up. You may have the back strength, but you just may not have the grip strength in order to hang on to the bar as long as possible. So that being said, train your grip strength and it will make things a lot easier. All right guys, now let's talk about the best exercises to train your back strength in order to achieve the one arm pull up. So I already mentioned one of them, which is, in my opinion, weighted pull-ups. Now, weighted pull-ups will not get you the actual form and technique of the one-arm pull-up, but like I said earlier in the video, it's really good for building that basic pulling strength. But once you've done that, like I said, here is one of the top 3 exercises that I did to learn the one-arm pull-up. And the first exercise is the archer pull-up. Now, the archer pull-up, a lot of you have seen it, or probably a variation of it. A lot of people do the typewriter pull-up, but this is the archer pull-up right here. So you're going to put your hands as wide as possible on a pull-up bar. So this is as far as mine can go. Then all you're going to do is pull to one side, back down. Then you pull to on the other side, back down. One thing you want to keep in mind, you want to keep this arm as straight as possible when you're coming up, and you want to tuck in this elbow. So you're coming up just like this. Then when you come down, you're coming up. You want to keep this arm as straight as possible. Remember to tuck this elbow, keep it straight, right? So don't kind of flare out your elbow. So let's look at it one more time. Hands wide just like this. Come up, keep this arm as straight as possible, tuck that elbow. Then you just go out to the other side. Alright, so after the archer pull-up, the next best exercise to learn the one-arm pull-up is simply assisted one-arm pull-ups. So if you notice, all this is unilateral work, which means we're working one side of our body at a time. And that's why it's so good to learning the one-arm pull-up, because you actually use the same muscles as you would, and you kind of get the form and technique down a little bit. So what I use for assisted pull-ups is this rubber bandage band, right? So you can use a towel, you can use a belt, you can use pretty much anything that you can hang over a bar like this, right? So keep in mind, these rubber bandage bands, you can actually decrease the band as you get stronger. So this is a pretty thick band, but as I would get stronger, I would use a smaller and smaller band. But first, let's look at the actual form of the assisted one-arm pull-up, all right? So just like our archer pull-up, you wanna keep this as far as possible away from you, from the side that you're working on, because we wanna keep this arm as straight as possible. So I'm doing my left side now. Come about right here to where this arm is straight, and you're gonna go up, go back down. You always wanna control the negative when you're doing this, all right? So I would do that, then I would switch hands after I'm done. We're gonna put this as far as possible, like I said. Grab it, come up, come down. Come all the way down too. Do not cheat yourself. All right, guys, so the next best exercise that I personally did to achieve the one-arm pull-up after those two exercises, this one is called the one-arm pull-up negative. So in my opinion, I want you to be comfortable with those two exercises that I showed you first, and then you want to move on to this one, because it's going to be a lot of stress on your tendons, your joints, your muscles, and it's going to be really, really tough to do. You're not going to do a lot of reps of this. So the one-arm pull-up negative is exactly what it sounds like. So we're going to get into a one-arm pull-up as high as we can, and then we're going to come down as slow as possible. All right, so let me show you the form first. For this one, I tend to do, I kind of stand right here, and it's almost like a one-arm chin-up negative, because one-arm pull-up negative is kind of awkward. So technically, I guess it's called a one-arm chin-up negative. But all you do is grab the bar like this. With both hands, you come up, then you come down. Just like this, as slow as possible, until you're all the way down at the bottom. Then you just switch arms, pull up again, then repeat the process. So you want to repeat that for reps. Just go as far as your body allows you to, because this is a very tough exercise, and if you're not careful, you can hurt yourself. So those are the top 3 one-arm pull-up variation exercise that you can use to work up to the one-arm pull-up. Which one you choose, it really doesn't matter, but like I said, I highly suggest that you actually go in order to the ones that I gave you. Now, only when you're comfortable with those exercises is when you actually want to go for the one-arm pull-up, the full one-arm pull-up, all right? So don't do those for just like 2 weeks and then try the one-arm pull-up. Like, actually get comfortable with those exercises. Make them almost, what's it called? Second memory or second nature. Second nature, that's the word, all right? So in my opinion, this is anywhere between 7 reps and above. Besides negatives, you're never going to get 7 reps, but 7 reps on above on the other exercises, and do a few negatives, and then probably within 2 months, I would say, you can go for the full one-arm chin-up. All right, so now that we got all that out the way, let's actually talk about the one-arm pull-up and its form. All right, so a lot of people get this wrong. One thing I like to keep in mind when I do it is that I want my opposite shoulder touching the bar. All right, so if I'm going up with my right hand, what I think in my mind to do is to bring my other shoulder up and touch the bar, and I want to keep this elbow in. Same goes with the left side. So keep this elbow in, I'm going to come up and touch your shoulder to the bar. So let's look at an example of this, a live example. So you want to hang from the bar, then you want to come up, touch shoulder, come back down. And notice as I come up, I'm kind of twisting my body a little bit, so you're just not going to stay straight up. That's awkward. Nobody can do that. So you're going to hold the bar, twist your body. As you twist your body, try and bring the shoulder to the bar and back down. So it gets easier the stronger that you get. You notice that your form will improve, but keep that in mind as you're trying the full one-arm pull-up. So guys, that is literally everything I did and do to get the one-arm pull-up, and that's how I maintain it also. So I hope you learned something new today. I hope this helps you get to your one-arm pull-up. And remember that it's going to take a lot of practice. You're not going to get it in a month, maybe not even 2 months. I've been training for almost 3 years now, and I'm finally able to do it for like 4 to 5 reps on each arm. So thank you guys for watching once again. If you want to check out my full in-depth bodyweight system, check out the Bodyweight Bodybuilder program that I personally created for you guys to just follow a systematic program step by step, and that is available at workoutad.com. So if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and a like, and of course be sure to subscribe for future videos, because I'll be back soon, and I'll see you guys soon.
Tell them you gotta stop
Peace.
making excuses, man.
You got it.
Pull up or shut up. pull up or shut up. You gotta pull up or shut up. Pull up or shut up. You gotta pull up or shut up. You gotta pull up or shut up.